jump higher. And
that was 13.
Lucky got in.
Dan.
Marshall Ship, he goes in 1-yard touchdown, putting Arizona up 7-0. Then on 4th down, Matt Leinart almost trips and falls. He gets rejected. So St. Louis takes over on downs there. That was 4th down. Matt Leinart had a good game last week. Coming back, he finds Larry Fitzgerald. Hey, there you go. They're up 17-3. Matt Leinart, pretty good.
And in an effort to keep you updated, San Diego and Buffalo, take a look at Phillip Rivers, the quarterback that Dan loves so much, going to Antonio Gates. Shannon, you got to like that tight end. He's pretty nice indeed. 17-0 Chargers on top of the Bills.
Best tight end in football, JB.
Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates, no
All
question.
right,
Well,
second half for the
Gonzalez?
Jets and Packers.
He's good, too.
After
Well,
this.
they go run to tell Tony Gonzalez.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint together with Nextel. Power up.
Jets linebacker Jonathan Vilma is famous for plugging holes. But even he can't help every hurricane-ravaged family put their homes and lives back together, all by himself. Maybe you can give him a hand. Help the NFL and United Way rebuild communities. Find out how at unitedway.org.
What's up? Nothing. Check this out. Is that what you call a chair in Minnesota? It's game time. Bring it! Oh, yeah.
Get the widest selection of your favorite team's gear at NFLShop.com.
I want that!
NFLShop.com.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint together with Nextel. Power up.
$31-0. The Jets at halftime with 5 possessions and 5 scores. You go back to the last time they met in 2002 when the Jets beat them at the end of the regular season to win the division. They've now outscored the Packers 73-17 in their last 6 quarters. A fumble, a missed field goal, missed chances, but really the Jets seizing every opportunity they have. Pennington on go. And the Jets blanking the Packers at halftime. Second half coming up in just a moment.
Lost in Morocco and splattered in Spain. A new race tonight after 60 minutes.
This is the best time of the year, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyotathon, the perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for, like a new Camry, which was voted the 2007 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Lease a new 2007 Camry now for just $229 a month, or lease a new sporty 2007 RAV4 for just $269 a month. The Toyotathon year-end sales event. Hurry, time is running out.
Why do we love football? Because it gives us the opportunity to show what we can do. Introducing the Canon Digital Rebel XTI. With 10 megapixels and over 70 years of Canon innovation built right in. The Canon Rebel, America's favorite way to shoot America's favorite sport.
Check out the great offers on America's undisputed leader, Ford F-Series, during Ford's year-end event.
Let's get it started.
F-150 offers a luxurious car-like interior built on the strongest frame in its class. Maybe that's why there are more F-Series on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand. Get it started in a truck that's built Ford tough. Now, for a limited time, get a new F-150 Super Cab XLT for only $299 a month. Well equipped for just $299 during Ford's year-end event.
CBS 2, broadcast home of the New York Jets. I don't think you know how this is going to end, Kane.
I know exactly how it's going to end.
Imagine a rock-solid retirement. This could be your rock-solid morning commute. This could be your rock-solid corner office. Your rock-solid water cooler. Office supplies. Your rock-solid coffee break. And out-of-town meeting. What's your idea of a rock-solid retirement? Let Prudential be your rock for retirement.
Yeah, it's going down today, baby.
3, 2, 1, go.
The third quarter about to begin on a icy day here at Lambeau Field, where the wind chills are close to 0, and I'm sure it's even a little colder on the Packers side of the field right now.
Yeah, very tough first half for the Green Bay Packers, and in so many ways, Jim, on the field, emotionally. We were here, we talked to them, the players, the coaches. They're upbeat that they're building. This really sets you back to have a first half like this.
Take a look at the first half numbers, which are obviously decidedly one-sided here. And you look at the red zone category, that's 5 times in the red zone with 4 touchdowns and the field goal. So coming out of there every time with points. But the 340 total yards in one half, that is something you seldom see. This game brought to you in high-definition television.
Well, Eric Mangini all week long was trying to tell his team that, okay, it's Lambeau Field, it's Green Bay, it's Brett Favre, but let's get over it. And somehow I think the message got across.
Well, you know, his players were asked early in the week by a lot of the media about the thrill of playing at Lambeau Field with all of its history. And then it dawned on Mangini that maybe to this young, group of kids, maybe they're not all that aware of all the history. So he brought out some of the old NFL films.
Yeah, the Ice Bowl.
With the John Facenda narration. And they got a chance to look back at those days here on the frozen tundra, Lambeau Field. And the Packers will start the second half from the 34-yard line. Here's a little glimpse of what he showed them. The Ice Bowl between the Cowboys and the Packers on New Year's Eve, 1967. Bob Lilly digging in. But Starr able to sneak it across. The goalpost came tumbling down that day at Lambeau Field. That was a 48 below wind chill day here at Lambeau back in 1967. So a balmy 1 degree today. Favre trying to make the move to get away from Thomas, and able to at least get an incompletion out of it. Jennings caught it, but out of bounds. And here's one way that you make a little point to your teammates that I'm not going to make a big deal out of the cold weather. PJ Askew in the warm-ups.
Well, I guess it was his way and the Jets' way to show everybody here in Green Bay, big deal. It's not like, the New York Jets play in Miami Beach. It's pretty chilly where they play in the Meadowlands in New Jersey, but it's a mindset. They dealt with it all week, and believe me, that stuff works. It made them stronger and helped them play here today.
This piece of running here by Amon Green, who takes it across the 45. That footage of the Ice Bowl not only was there to educate his Jets troops, but Mangini also thought it was a good opportunity to demystify, take away a little of the mystique for his players.
I think that was right, because Jim, if you follow pro football at all, everybody thinks special things about Lambeau.
Eric Martin and on the tackle at the 50 along with Hobson. Another 4 yards. Curly Lambeau. Just everywhere you look.
The new stadium, yes. The stadium's been rebuilt. Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, it's spectacular. The facilities here have to rank up there. I mean, I'm not sure there's anything any better. Green had some nice runs. Remember that one drive that led to a missed field goal from 40 yards. He was able to rip off a 35-yard gain. That one goes for 5 more. 73 yards on the game, 9 yards rush by Ahman Green. This is the atrium when you enter here. But the memories, the legends, everywhere you go here, not just at the stadium, but even at the local restaurants, the Packer pride, always on display. 3rd and 1, Morency is the tailback. So Packers try to come up with something here on the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Morency tiptoes past the traffic. Boy, he was hit behind the line of scrimmage. That's a nifty piece of running for 2 yards and the first.
The Green Bay Packers coming out here in the second half. This is an angry drive, just to show the Jets and everybody and themselves how mad they are about what went on in the first half. So a lot of quick snaps from Brett Favre, a lot of straight ahead running, just try to get this game changed around by being physical.
That's the first time they've converted on 3rd down today. Morency earns another carry. Ellis wraps them up after 2. Their first half possessions, they were moving it the first time they touched it, but on the 5th play, Brian Thomas stripped Favre of the football and Robertson recovered. It led to a touchdown. Then a punt, a missed field goal, a pick, and then 1 play before the half. Second down and 8. Short drop, open man, Jennings, rookie from Western Michigan. Sacked a yard shy of the first. And Jennings, bright prospect, 2nd round selection he was, picks up 7.
He is, Jim, and you take Jennings, a 2nd round pick, put him on the other side of Donald Driver, and they got the quarterback. They know they can throw it with Brett Favre, but they got receivers here too that can do it all. They can go down the field. They make the tough catches over the middle.
That was the first catch by a wide receiver on the Packers side today. And on 3rd and 1, they're trying to throw for it. And the pass incomplete, no doubt going for it on 4th down. That was Rashad Moore chasing Favre and forcing the incompletion.
Well, Brett Favre was hoping there was nothing to the right. He was hoping his blocker to the left was going to release out into the pattern. He never did because they're worried about pass protection. Nowhere to go with the football. Nobody open.
Ahman Green is the tailback. Myrie, his fullback. And they'll run for that first. Trying to get it there on 2nd effort. And it looks like he has enough. He's got the first down, and the Packers continue this opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Green Bay Packers on offense, trying to find some ways to move this football. Mike McCarthy, the head coach, he calls the plays, and he even admitted to us, Jim, when we talked to him, he goes, I'd like to push it a little more. In other words, to be more aggressive, to throw it down the field, to be wide open. But Jim, you said it, 3 rookie offensive linemen. Hard to be wide open when you have 3 rookies up front.
On 1st down, looking right, now throwing left. It's Morency. And he's able to get away from a hard hit and take it to the 20-yard line. David Barrett came up on him. Quite a collision, but he broke free. And Brad Castle was the second to get to him. Broke away from him as well.
Morency is showing a sense of urgency, and just the way he's playing, you can see it, the attitude, and just trying to deliver the punishment.
So 1st down, and it's Morency for 3 yards. Were you trying to rhyme there a moment ago? The Morency and urgency, pretty clever stuff. Morency, though, picked up in a trade early in the season.
See, Jim, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I didn't major in, writing poetry at Morehead State. That was one of the majors I didn't have. But
You change that major every week. But Morency was property of the Houston Texans, drafted out of Oklahoma State. And Mike Sherman, who was the head coach here last year, went down to Houston as an assistant to Gary Kubiak. And he liked what he had seen out of Samkon Gatto up here in Green Bay, so they made a running back trade. Gatto for Morency. And that pass almost a hookup with Donald Driver, as the Packers at this point have their deepest penetration of the game.
Donald Driver has the speed. We talked about it. The receivers crossed, and you see why Donald Driver's wide open and Brett Favre. Can anybody in the NFL be more accurate and more dynamic throwing, win off balance? The answer is not even close. But that time, the throw was a little too far away from Donald Driver.
It's 3rd and 7. Only to the 16. Now they're going to bring out the field goal team just to get some points on the board. Remember, they were shut out their last home game. The crowd doesn't like this decision at all. There have been 6 teams this year who have been shut out at home in all the games played. 2 of them belong to the Packers.
Well, I think we were telling all the Jet players, they were asking us about Lambeau Field, and we were telling them what was so unique. And what did we say? You never hear the fans boo.
Yeah, they're going to say 34-yard try, and the Packers are on the board. And most of the crowd stands. Not them, but many are.
Your flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly, offering snacks for sale for $5. Also available, in-flight magazines for $3. If you'd like to rent a pillow or blanket, that'll be $2. You need to use the restroom, that fee's $4. If you need anything else, feel free to push that call button for a minimum fee of $1.
How far are they going to go? For 35 years, Southwest Airlines has offered low fares with no strings attached.
You are now free to move about the country.
Who cried? I did.
Not me.
It was a sad ending and everything. I
saw you with your hand in your chin.
That's called concentrating on the moment. I wasn't crying, okay? I mean, seriously, I don't know why you got...
Right now, lease a 2007 Jetta for just $199 per month.
Why does that bother you?
Why does it bother me? So easy a caveman can do it?
Well, it's just a commercial.
Okay. Well, what if it said Geico.com, so easy a therapist can do it?
Well, that commercial wouldn't make sense to me.
Why not?
Well, therapists
are what? Smart? My mother's calling. I'll put it on speaker.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
He's changed the way millions of Americans watch movies.
And it was like, I wonder why no one's done that before.
Without ever leaving home. 60 Minutes tonight.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Which is the greatest Super Bowl team of all time? You can log on to America's Game on NFL.com and vote for your choice. Your choice. Why don't you cast a vote at NFL.com? Packers pick up 4 first downs on that drive after managing only 6 the entire first half. And the clever headgear everywhere you go.
What's that, a Green Bay skunk?
Well, the Jets had the skunk game going.
Had it working.
The Jets' offensive attack is as ambitious as it was in that first half. Was not needing to be at 31-3, and it's Miller caught by the shoulder pads by the kicker Dave Rayner. A 44-yard return by the best in the league. And Leon Washington helped clear him with the block. Look at the kicker make the play.
Nice picture.
Listen, would you like to...
Coach, tonight's the playoffs, and we need you.
But I was fired for introducing you to rock and roll.
None of that matters now. Coach.
No matter what you watch, you'll both agree on the world's first television for men and women. Bravia. Choose more endings at sony.com/HDTV.
You've seen how they play.
You cross our white line, it's all.
Now see how they live.
It's all mine.
Ron Williams. Visit attblueroom.com/sports for exclusive access into your favorite players' worlds.
Miami Vice sizzles with action. Let's do it. Sex and the visceral jolt of life on the edge.
They got eyes on us.
Fire. Miami Vice, available Tuesday on DVD and HD DVD.
Just gives me the feeling like she's not listening to me.
Have you tried not saying like every other word?
What?
Remember your ski trip story?
Yeah.
I was going down the hill and there was a crowd and
come on, that's
and I was
me.
Stuff either happens or it doesn't. Holy.
Right now, lease a 2007 Jetta for just $199 per month.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Volkswagen, plug in your custom First Act guitar and make your V-dub rock. And by Warner Brothers' new motion picture Blood Diamond, in theaters Friday, December 8th.
Tonight on CBS, a cop's secret will cost him everything. Don't miss a new episode of Cold Case tonight on America's #1 network. And the first snap of the second half for Pennington and the Jets from the 47. Going with the deep ball right away. McCarron's, and the pass is intercepted. That's Charles Woodson, and a takeaway for the Packers.
That's what you've been, if you follow the Packers, you've been seeing a lot of this in the last few weeks. Charles Woodson, the speed has come back, and he sees the receiver look for the football. He turns his head exactly at the right time and makes the catch.
Former Raider, former Heisman Trophy winner out of Michigan. Still a little bit adjustment here to look at Woodson in a Green Bay Packers uniform. It's not exactly where you thought he would end up, is it?
That's right, it's not. But Mike McCarthy talked about him too, that he's just back in the swing of being a good player again.
Well, the Packers come out with a screen and the hook up to Green, and that's good for a first down. Near the 29-yard line, goes for 17.
I said during the commercial to you that really the only way the Packers can get back into this game, they need some big turnovers. Well, I don't know if that was it was a turnover, but was it big? Well, it's not a killer because it happened so deep in Packer territory, but the crowd, the emotion, it's back in the Packers right now.
Right at the 30. We'll go with Green. And he's grabbed low by Hobson and up high by Ellis. 2 yards. This rebuilding effort, which they really kind of took care of in one draft and one free agent class, if you will. The changeover in 1 year, it's pretty remarkable, but you could tell by the type of player that Coach McCarthy's brought in here what he's looking to do in the future. Go big.
Go big. You're in Green Bay. It gets cold. And in the NFL, what did he say? Little guys have a tendency to get hurt. Big guys just keep plugging along. And that's what he wants up here, a big physical team.
On the slant, Driver ridden down by Poteet. And it's good for a first down. That is Driver's first catch of the game. We've got a Jet player down, and it's Sean Ellis.
Brett Favre off balance, sidearm throw, right on target this time, but of more concern to the Jets is Sean Ellis limping off the field.
Timeout on the field off the injury.
Who cried?
I did. Not me.
It was a sad ending and everything.
I saw you with your hand in your chin.
That's called concentrating on the moment. I wasn't crying, okay? I mean, seriously, I don't know why you got...
Right now, lease a 2007 Jetta for just $199 per month.
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go!
One big life.
Go, boy,
4 ways
go!
to dress it.
Now stop! There ain't no more!
Welcome. Welcome to a brand new day. Welcome to a place where books rewrite themselves, where you can drag and drop people wherever they want to go, where maps are rewritten, and anyone can be famous, where we're more powerful together than we ever could be apart. Welcome to the Human Network.
Tender, juicy chicken breast, crispy bacon, creamy ranch. The Ranch BLT Premium Chicken Sandwich. Only at McDonald's.
Buy a Storm jacket, get a $20 gift certificate towards a future purchase.
Will the teams of the Amazing Race get lost in Morocco?
I have no idea where we are.
And get splattered in Spain? CBS tonight after 60 Minutes.
What happened to Sean Ellis?
Sean Ellis, number 92. It's a quick pass. He jumps up. And then Maul, the right tackle, as defensive linemen raise their arms, they're taught. Well, hit him in the midsection and knock him down. Good job by the right tackle.
Ellis, who made his NFL debut here as a rookie in 2000 with a sack and a strip of Favre. Play action fake. Brett looking long, and he lofts it for Driver. And Poteet able to make up ground to get there to bat it away.
Just good work by the Jets secondary. Watch as the receivers cross. Now watch Hank Poteet. He lets his guy go, passes him on, and starts looking, well, who can I pick up? And it's Donald Driver coming his way. So that's what you call teamwork, communication, and knowing what your job is in the defense.
Hank Poteet, former Patriot, Mangini certainly was familiar with. Busted play, and Favre trying to make something of it. Freezes the defense with the fake. And he goes out of bounds in Jets territory near a first. We've got another update. Back to JB in the studio.
Hey, Jim and Phil, a Phillip Rivers turnover, a fumble exactly gave Buffalo an opportunity to score. J.P. Lossman hooking up with the tight end Robert Royal, 5-yard strike. It is now a 10-point game, 17-7. San Diego back to Jim and Phil.
Yep, that just in the opening minutes of the third quarter there in Orchard Park. Thank you, JB. And what happened here?
Brett Favre just, it's a little wider than I thought. But the good thing he did, when he came around, he faked like he was going to throw it and made the defense drop back so he could run.
3rd down and 1. And Green scoots ahead, still stretching his way for a first down. Picks up 7.
We talked about it, Jim. We just said, Amon Green still has it. Knocked off his feet, and look at the balance, just keeps going forward, keeps his feet moving. Really tremendous job. And Amon Green still has a lot of power and time left in those legs. And when this offensive line, it's athletic. We talked about it, it's young. He is going to get some, he's going to have some big games in the future because of this offensive line.
First down from the Jets 42. Back to Green. Green being chased, able to spin away initially from Dave Ball, and Eric Coleman finishes him off. a gain of 4 yards. You know, I'm on Green from 2000 to 2004. Had just a spectacular stretch. He's second all-time rushing yards, Green Bay history. There you see it in that 5-year run, 6,800 yards. Last year lost to injury, and there were many who thought he would never make his way back to the way he formerly performed. But listening to Coach McCarthy and his admiration for the efforts made by Green, you're seeing the product of that out here today. Second down 6. Protected. Favre looks right. And Bubba Franks fails to hold on to it. It was Matt Chatham over there defending.
I think you're right. You know, Jim, you talk about Ahman Green, to go back. How much did you hear about it? He came here from Seattle, where he had some troubles fumbling, and that's all you ever heard when he played. No matter what he did, the perception was, well, he's fumbled. But he's played so well and corrected that problem that now it's not talked about until somebody like me brings it up. But
I'd forgotten it already.
That's right.
3rd and 6. He turned it around here. Holmgren, the guy brought him. And there's Heron. About 2 yards shy. I want to amplify that stretch, that 5-year stretch. You know, he was #1 in the league in that 5 years, all total. 6,800 yards. And total yards. Such a threat out of the backfield in the passing game. 4th and 1. And McCarthy again is going to go for it. Down 31-3. He's already 2 for 2 today in 4th down conversions. Trying to get it through the air. The pass incomplete. And the Jets will take over. Well, 3:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Jets have had 1 snap in this half. The only time today they did not drive for a score. They'll get the ball back now after getting it over on downs.
Just gives me the feeling like she's not listening to me.
Have you tried not saying like every other word?
What?
Remember your ski trip story?
Yeah.
I was going down the hill and there was a crowd and
come on, that's
and I was
me.
Stuff either happens or it doesn't. Holy.
Right now, lease a 2007 Jetta for just $199 per month.
I know. Every guy's looking to go high def. Our pledge is to help you wow them with the ultimate system.
Like these HD TVs. Take home the latest in high def and give them the ultimate viewing experience. And now get no interest financing until 2010 on all home theater purchases. Now at Best Buy.
Do you remember when we learned that too much of anything isn't good?
Yes!
Well, let's apply that lesson to enjoying Guinness.
Apply previously learned lessons of moderation to drinking Guinness. Brilliant!
Please enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Wrangler, makers of Wrangler Jeans Company. New fits, new comfort, new styles.
That offensive line of the Packers getting some instruction. The learning process, tough learning lesson here today as the Jets climb on them early. This will be, again, only the 2nd play of the half. They went with a long ball on their only other play and got intercepted. Houston. And he'll get back a yard. He had quite a first half of his own. We talk about young players and You know, you got Hawk over there for the Packers, and he looks like the right selection for them with that high pick that they had. And Mangold, the first rounder for the Jets. The Brickishaw over there on the left side. All looking like pretty heady choices now, aren't they?
They're looking like exceptional choices, Jim. Something you can build on with your football team.
Almost intercepted. That was Ryan. No, that was Corey Williams. Or was it Ryan Pickett? Ryan Pickett, look at this. He couldn't quite pick it. It was right there to be taken.
Short passes. When the quarterback takes short drops in this league now, I almost go, you can't even get the ball off because defensive linemen read it and knock it down.
3rd and 12, heat on Pennington, and he is intercepted. The floater is picked off. Patrick Dendy has it. And Pennington was walloped. Baja Biamila with the hit that forces the second pick of this quarter.
The play before, Jim, when he went to throw the ball, Chad Pennington had pressure on him. So Green Bay, hey, they've seen enough passes. They finally got in rhythm with the New York Jets offensive line, and they're starting to get some penetration and hits on Chad Pennington.
Well, back comes Favre, getting another chance from the 37. And it's Amon Green working the middle for 4 yards.
You think, I know it's 31-3. Green Bay just goes, get a score. Make the Jets keep playing. Because you probably are going to get at least 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. So if the Packers score 31-10, 3 more chances with the ball, well, it keeps your hopes alive.
After what happened in Tennessee last week in the fourth quarter with the Giants, you know, you start looking at new math on all of this. A good hook up here for the Packers. Donald Driver to the 20.
Donald Driver over the middle. He told us you just don't worry about it. You go in there, you pace yourself, you find the open spot, and then you catch the ball. But also, Brett Favre, the window is small, and he drives it in there to the open receiver.
He has been able to rip it in there to Driver through the years enough times to break 5 different bones in his hands off the passes.
You could see the spin on the ball from Brett Favre. So said a lot, but still plenty of physical abilities left in him.
1st and 10, trying to go back to Driver. Donald Driver has playing opposite on the wide receiver side is Greg Jennings. We had a chance to talk to those two together yesterday, and it's kind of neat because Donald Driver was reflecting on how he learned so much from Antonio Freeman, who's the honorary captain here today, and Robert Brooks when he was just a young kid. Now he's passing it on to Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings says, man, I'm a sponge. Learning from him, learning from Brett Favre.
Second down from the 20. And fought to the end zone, and the pass is pulled in for the touchdown. And it's Donald Driver.
Jump up in the stands, get a little love. That's what you're doing. That was a terrific throw by Brett Favre. Knowing the abilities of Donald Driver in the slot, going up the field against Hank Poteet, and the football is thrown just hard enough where the defender, Hank Poteet, by the time he turns around, it's already over the top into the hands of Donald Driver.
And now Rayner adds one more. That's Driver's first touchdown at home since last November. He had one last week at Seattle. And the Packers, 10 points in the quarter, finally stirring some excitement here in Green Bay.
Brunch. $30.
Hey, that's okay, Wendy. That was a good carry. You're still the man. You're the man.
Latte, $4.
Shake it off, Johnny. Rub some dirt on it.
New piano, $3,000.
All right, guys. They're not saying boo. They're saying movers.
Supporting your team. Priceless.
All right, Bobby. You still got the best arm in the neighborhood.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
This is decaf, right?
Who cried? I did.
Not me.
It was a sad ending and everything. I
saw you with your hand in your chin.
That's called concentrating on the moment. I wasn't crying, okay? I mean, seriously, I don't know why you got...
Right now, lease a 2007 Jetta for just $199 per month.
Built comfortable. Built strong. Built right.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Hey guys, here's the gift cards you purchased. Thanks. Happy holidays. You too, man. Thanks.
Gift card. For every $25 you spend on a gift card, get a $5 bonus card for yourself. Everyone could use more Fridays.
This billionaire killed to keep her dirty little secret.
The whole Cocor thing could prove a little awkward over cocktails at the country club.
Now, she's counting on friends in high places to keep her out of prison.
Case dismissed. I honestly would not be surprised if you asked Judge Webb to torpedo my case.
A new Shark, CBS Thursday after CSI.
Donald Driver with a touchdown for the second straight week. And for your information, that's 411. 411 touchdown passes. In Favre's career, they try for the onside kick. The ball is free, and the Packers have it. Jason Hunter with the recovery.
You were talking to Eric Mangini last night about onside kicks. It did not catch the Jets by surprise. The big question is, who touched it before it went 10 yards?
And out of the scrum, it's Hunter with the football, and the Jets were pointing. I think they believe that that ball may have been touched by a Packer first before the 10 yards. Well, I don't know. That was Dindy in there, and over the top of Dindy was Anthony Schlegel, Ohio State teammate and fellow linebacker of A.J. Hawk. It may have been Schlegel who would have touched it first. It's awfully close. And it has to be Schlegel to touch it first for it to be a Packer recovery, because the ball had not traveled 10 yards.
Possession of the football. If it goes against the Jets, the call on the field, they could challenge.
I think whatever they decide here, the other side is going to challenge it. Now, who touches? Is it Dindy or Schlegel? If it's 56.
Oh, Schlegel, good eyes.
Okay, Schlegel touched it first, so
it doesn't matter.
It's a live ball, and it's a Packer recovery.
And I think that when you watch it, Jim, that replay pretty conclusive that Schlegel got his left hand in there and hit the football. And you go, well, why did he do it? Well, I think it looks like it's right on the 10-yard mark, too. So he was being proactive, trying to make sure that the defender couldn't get it first.
I think it was a little short of the 10 yards.
Yeah, you might be right.
I think it's about a yard, half a yard shy. Of course, from that angle, you can't tell exactly. But
it's so close, you can't take that chance.
That's right.
The ruling on the field is that the kicking team was the first to touch the ball. They recovered the ball, therefore it's a 5-yard penalty for an illegal, for a kick. We'll re-kick the ball.
We'll get ready to go under the hood there, Mr. Nimmers. And there is the challenge flag. And they're seeing it up here on the giant screen. You can hear the reaction.
Yeah, He's trying to tell him, look up on the screen. Well,
he says, hey, you can go ahead over there and take a look at it. I'm going to take my offensive unit out on the field, and we're going to start to talk and huddle.
Now, so the call has gone in the Jets' favor. You tell me, did you see enough that turns this over?
Well, first question, did anyone touch it right there? Was that ball touched at that point? No. That was Tracy White that came very close first. It skipped right over him, and then it appeared to touch the left paw of Anthony Schlegel. And there is Schlegel, third rounder out of Ohio State, where he lined up alongside A.J. Hawk. You have all of these connections in this game today. You got Schlegel and Hawk reunited. You got Hawk and Mangold, not to forget Mike Nugent, because those three, Nugent, Mangold, and Hawk, all grew up in Centerville, Ohio. Just before the 40. And this is the one that I think adds the most clarity. Right there.
Hey, watch. So even the players on the field, they're not sure what went on, so they look up, they see the replay, and the Packers, they're so confident their offense is on the field waiting for this decision to be made.
Let's just think about this for a moment. Let's assume that they end up seeing it the way, we're interpreting it right now. Green Bay has the football in that case at 31-10.
Reviewing the play, number 56 of the Jets reached around the defender, touched the ball first. Therefore, the recovery by Green Bay is legal. It'll be 1st and 10 for Green Bay.
I mean, we suddenly got some scenarios here.
We do, Jim. 3 scores down, still in the 3rd quarter. I talked about the Green Bay Packers might get 3 more possessions, maybe 4. And another good shot. Anthony Schlegel, you were right, came over the top, touches it first.
And again, from that other high angle, had Schlegel not reached around, but it's so close, you can't stop the momentum. But it looked like Dendy was in position to touch the football before the 10 yards. And in that case, it would have been a penalty, and the Jets would have had the football. So now, Favre from the 33. Sean Ellis is back in there for the Jets. Look at Eric Barton knocking noses for no gain.
Well, you can feel the tension has come back into this game. That is for sure. The Jets, sensing what the situation is, you have to be aggressive now with your play calls on defense to stop this momentum. And you go, wow, come on, it's 31-10. Well, remember, they're coming from 31-0.
Had 9 first downs in this quarter, talking about the Packers. None for the Jets. Favre's throw batted down by David Barrett. It was thrown to Greg Jennings.
It was nice play by David Barrett. Waits, and at the last second just reaches around with that right hand and knocks it down. That was another terrific throw by Brett Favre, but just tremendous coverage by Barrett.
Tight spiral of Brett Favre, a kid from small town in Mississippi who really was an option quarterback in high school. In his senior year, threw for 400 yards.
400 yards
for the season. And now look at his.
You say, well, the coach, he didn't know what he was doing. It was his father.
3rd and 10, big play here. Packers, and it's wide of the mark, trying to connect with Ruvell Martin.
Good stand by the Jets. They needed that for their team. The defense.
Kind of surprising, really, with the way that the momentum had shifted. And then just a 3 and out. Go quietly. Not what you expected. John Ryan is back out for the second time in this game. Delivered by Poteet. Sidesteps the first tackle, and the flag is down as Poteet dances around. That's a pretty good return. But all likelihood, most of it's coming back. Poteet getting a chance to put his hands on the ball. Again, Tim Dwight on injured reserve, so they had Leon Washington back. Poteet was back to assist. And that was a pretty feisty effort.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 56. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Jets.
Well, Anthony Schlegel saying, hey, my number's been called enough times by Larry Nimmers. And that was the infraction. They even hit him with the flag.
Well, he's been inactive for most of the season, Jim, so he's excited to get out here. Eric Mangini said he's working really hard in practice. Mike Westhoff, special teams coordinator, doesn't want to hear it.
So 8 seconds to go in a third quarter that's been one-sided for the Packers. Houston could have been hit for a loss. He's able to break away and pick up 9 yards. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Jets 31, the Packers 10. We'll return to Lambeau after this message and a word from your local station.
How has Jonathan survived?
We just want to get him out as quickly as possible.
And will a medical emergency force someone from the island? New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
2.5 Men, CBS Mondays.
See all the wonderful toys at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event with a special lease offer on the ML350 with a 5-star crash safety rating. Now through January 2nd. There's never been a better time to get that Mercedes-Benz on your wish list.
Do you see in HD?
IO Digital Cable brings you the most New York sports and local channels in HD with the sharpest HD picture anywhere. And unlike satellite, HD is free with IO Digital Cable. Call 1-866-949-HD-TV or visit doyouseeinhd.com because everything about HD is better with IO.
The new Range Rover for 2007, designed for the extraordinary.
The time and temperature on CBS 2 is brought to you by Valley National Bank.
And the fourth quarter about to begin here in Green Bay. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms on hand. And the Jets able to put one positive play up for the offense. Their first really positive play of the second half. A 9-yard run by Houston sets up a 2nd down and 1 to open the fourth. And it's back to Houston. He's taken off. Houston inside the 50. Grabbed by the ankles at the 40-yard line by Nick Collins. That's a 31-yard gain.
We saw it on the first down run. We'll see it again here. Look at the blitz by the Packers. They're trying to sell out to stop the Jets from getting a first down. When you do that, somebody doesn't fit where they're supposed to fit. It's not in that right spot. and that creates a big play for the New York Jets.
Houston now has a chance to have a 100-yard day, although he'll sit out this play with Leon Washington in the backfield. Boy, everyone's sealing off that inside pressure by the Packers, including Brad Smith with a big block. Now a little toss, and Cotchery spinning around for a short gain. We'll give him 6 yards. I'm wondering, you know, the way Cedric Houston now healthy and playing, the Jets have been rotating running backs all season long. Maybe they have found the guy. Take nothing away from Leon Washington.
No, I'm shaking my head because you know it's just not going to happen. Eric Mangini, what did he tell you last night? I'm anointing no one. And it's almost the right thing to do because he wants to keep them on edge, and he wants these runners to know, sell out every time that you have the football. Jim, we hear it from a lot of head coaches. 2 or 3 running backs, get the tough yards.
And keep them fresh. Keep them coming in with fresh legs. It'll be 3rd and about 2 after that run by Washington. In that first half, the Jets had 22 first downs and 340 yards. Third quarter, no first downs, and the only reason they ended up in positive numbers for total yards was the last play of the quarter was a 9-yard run by Houston. Actually, that last one was good enough for a first. Washington picks up the first at the 30. Washington trying to get outside, and A.J. Hawk closes in on him after 3. It's a doubleheader day coming your way next Sunday on CBS. Early mini, we'll see Baltimore and Kansas City, plus other regional action. Most of the nation's going to see matchup number 2 between the Broncos and the Chargers, and it all starts at noon with JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer with the NFL Today next Sunday, a doubleheader day on CBS.
I don't know what Buffalo, they were coming back on San Diego, but all of a sudden that game next week, Jets and Buffalo, that could be huge.
Yeah, the Bills have moved within 3 after being down 17 zip. Flags everywhere as the pass comes over to Brad Smith. And he is knocked down awkwardly by Collins near the first down, but we'll check the flag.
Defense, offside, number 96. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
So the pass to Smith picks up the first, and there's McCarthy, who was a long-time assistant around the league, 13 years in all, including a pretty significant stint down in New Orleans as their offensive coordinator during some pretty bountiful years, piling up yardage with Aaron Brooks and Deuce McAllister. Went to the 49ers last year, 1-year run as the offensive coordinator there. He was for a 5-day period the youngest head coach in the league when he got the job back in January. Then Mangini was hired. And later Sean Payton also younger. Here's Washington. Washington can't be stopped until he's in the end zone. Leon Washington running behind Brandon Moore, and that's a 20-yard run to the end zone.
Well, what it is, a little deception. Looks like a sprint to the right by Chad Pennington, and it's the draw back to the left. And Leon Washington, again, this is what he could be really good at, Jim. Draw plays, specialty plays, to use his quickness and speed to take advantage of a little misdirection by the offense.
And this is precisely why I would never suggest that one guy could be the running back here with the Jets. Pretty good 2-back combo today, though, isn't it? This kid's been something else this season. Leon Washington already with a couple of 100-yard games this year. This time a 20-yard run and a touchdown.
My son, all my dreams are alive in you.
Do you realize that diamond is the only chance he has of getting his family out of here?
That is my son. Where is my son?
Premier Magazine calls Blood Diamond a triumph.
The right stone can buy anything, even freedom.
So powerful it will almost break your heart.
You're going in.
An extraordinary film.
Sometimes I wonder, will God ever forgive us for what we've done to each other?
That will leave you changed.
I am his father. I must go find him.
The best movie of the year.
Stay down.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Connelly, Djimon Hounsou.
We'll get your son back, huh?
Blood Diamond. Rated R. Starts December 8th.
Domino's Brooklyn style pizza, boss. Big slice, big toppings. You gotta fold it like this.
You call that a fold? Come on, fold it like a man.
I am folding like a man.
That's ridiculous.
Get our new Brooklyn style pizza with your choice of extra large sausage or pepperoni for just $9.99.
Y'all ready to order? And y'all ready to check me out in the amazing picture clarity of DirecTV HD? It's broadcast in 1080i. I totally don't know what that means, but I want it.
For the best in HD, get DirecTV.
Kids like me, you know? They run to me, they climb on me. You think I stay this size for myself? This is for the children.
Don't miss the 1-hour king-size season premiere of The King of Queens, CBS Wednesday.
Well, there is Leon Washington, who grew up just a few blocks from Alltel Stadium down in Jacksonville. Went back there this year. It was a dreadful day for the Jets, although the rookie ran for over 100 yards in a stadium where he used to work as a vendor as a young kid. Think of this Jets performance. They've now scored more points than they have in any game this year, and the Patriots are being pushed to the limit. It's a shocker up in Foxborough at the moment. And the Packers with the run back, Herron to about the 34-yard line. We're on track. Super Bowl 41 down Miami way in South Florida, where Green Bay and Oakland met in Super Bowl II. Lombardi's gang. You saw the pass play to Boyd Dowler. Herb Adderley had a pick and a run back, and Vince Lombardi closed out his incredible career with that win. Super Bowl II. 63 days to go until they all battle for the Lombardi Trophy on CBS, February the 4th. It's off the fingertips of Ahman Green. The Lions and the Patriots are in the fourth quarter, and the Lions are inside the 10, we understand, with an 18-13 lead. You've got that kid Mike Furry, who was a converted defensive back, now a wide receiver, with 9 catches, 123 yards today. That's important because suddenly people think the Jets are only talking wild card prospects. This could be a one-game differential at the end of the day. Favre, second down and 10. It's going to run. And that's Sean Ellis, a little gimpy still from that earlier injury in the third quarter. And Favre has 11 yards and a first down. Of course, the Jets and the Patriots have already played their 2 games this year, with each team winning on the other's home field. And you look at the AFC overall playoff picture in Indianapolis again, its tilt with Tennessee, much like the first one, is pretty nip and tuck as well, with Tennessee giving them a big fight, leading. So many teams in that playoff picture. Morency has another first down for Green Bay.
Another tackle.
Brett Favre, defense drops back, throws it short. And you get all the body language once he throws the football. He can move around more after a pitch than anybody I've ever seen. But the Jets, they don't mind if they march down the field as long as it takes time and quite a few plays.
Morency able to get away from the first Jet defender who snuck up there, Eric Coleman. And the Packers are moving the football. It's interesting. You admire so much Favre's physical abilities. And to ask him this week, as we did, the quarterbacks he most admired, most physically gifted quarterbacks he ever saw play. As you see Morency picking up big chunks, 18 yards And he really narrowed it down to 3.
Three in his hair that he is watched. John Elway was one. Our man Dan Marino, who we work with in CBS. And the third was
Steve Young. Timeout called by the Jets.
Happy holidays. I'm a Mac. And I'm a PC. What's that, a little present there for old PC?
There you go, buddy.
Hey, please be a C++ GUI programming guide. Oh, it's a book of photos.
Photos of us. You see, like all the good times we had this year.
Well, it looks like a lot of work anyway. Thanks.
Actually, no, it was really easy. Just a few clicks in iPhoto.
Well, here's something I got for you.
Oh, a C++ GUI programming guide. Thanks.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that myself.
We spent over 30,000 engineering hours completely redesigning the new Sierra from the inside out. Introducing the more comfortable, more powerful, and the most fuel-efficient all-new 2007 GMC Sierra. We examined everything and overlooked nothing. That's professional grade.
When is something not what it seems? When it's something more. Budweiser Select is the one beer that's brewed longer for a bold taste that finishes clean.
Don't just raise your glass, raise your beer.
Cause there's a party over here, so you might as well be here with the people care.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Zales, the Diamond Store, Izod, and by Dell. We don't make technology for just anyone. We make it for only one. You. Dell. Purely you.
All right, down 38-10 here, the home fans.
You got to celebrate when you wear that outfit.
You better be doing something.
Sometimes a man likes to wear tight, stretchy pants. Right? Forget about him. How'd you like to be the guy that's sitting behind him? That's what I think about.
Got to keep moving when you're wearing an outfit like that. On screen, boy, he stacked up for a loss, it appeared, and he's still galloping down to the 10-yard line. Broke away from Eric Smith and Victor Hobson and collects 15 yards. He's over 100.
Yeah, the Jets are trying to be aggressive on defense. They want to end this game and get it over with completely. So when you're over aggressive, Ahman Green, we talked about it, terrific runner, dynamic, breaks those tackles.
Hobson got a hand on it as Favre was working the middle with Ahman Green.
You know, Brett Favre, you interceptions, he takes chances down the field because he knows he has the arm to make the big plays. But I've noticed over his career he's thrown a lot of interceptions near the line of scrimmage. When you throw those short passes over the middle of the field, you can't always see all the defenders. Balls get tipped. That causes a lot of interceptions too.
Stack the right side on 2nd down and 10. And rolling right. Favre looking now, directing and throwing. And there he is, almost intercepted. That was Kerry Rhodes with his hands on it.
When you throw a football, you don't look at the receivers. Brett Favre sees Donald Driver cut back the other way. But anytime you throw, NFL quarterbacks, you look at the defenders and you throw away from them. That time when he locked in on the receiver, he couldn't see Kerry Rhodes. That's why it was almost intercepted.
Kerry Rhodes, a quarterback in high school down Alabama way. He was a one-way guy, too. Didn't play DB like a lot of two-way players do in high school. Like a lot of kids do. He loved to mimic Brett Favre. Converted once he went to college at Louisville. To the defensive side. And knocked away by Miller. It was intended for Jennings. And everyone here at Lambeau thought that was early contact.
Well, there was a lot of contact on this play. To the outside. Justin Miller comes in, goes up to the back, on the back of the receiver, Jennings.
And the Packers on 4th down will go for it. Had he even caught it, he was on his way down anyway. Still would have been a 4th down to come. So they can get a first at the 1. And there they call timeout just before the play clock expires. Timeout Packers with a 4th down play on the way.
When you've got the perfect gift, you know it. Shop Zales Journey Diamond Collection. Save $300 on these half-carat diamond pendants, just $3.99 each. Find the perfect gift at Zales, the diamond store.
Man, that's good.
You said it. Juicy all-white chicken breast meat and crunchy bacon make McDonald's Chicken Ranch BLT so good, your mouth won't know what hit it.
So are you gonna finish those fries?
A man could kill from sunup to sunset, and still his work would never be done.
Got something? One more chance.
Tomorrow, don't miss Rosie O'Donnell. Woo! Plus, a special visit to the Playboy Club. And Dave's going to blow up a 1,300-pound pumpkin.
Run for your life!
Tomorrow.
Back with the 4th down play on the way for Green Bay from the Jets 11. Eric Mangini's team, absolute dominance that first half. Leading 31-0 at halftime. Barr throws off his back foot, and it's incomplete. Just off the fingertips of Donald Driver. And Eric Coleman on the coverage.
Well, the Jets, they have 3 defenders covering 2 receivers to the top. So it's just tough for somebody to get open. Donald Driver wants pass interference. Hank Poteet never looks at Brett Favre, has his hands on Driver, but it really wasn't going to make a difference. The throw was so high, I don't think Donald Driver could have got to it.
So the Jets now take over at the 11. With Houston in the backfield. This play is brought to a stop.
False start, offense number 3. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
When this game ends, we'll be going back to the studio in New York for the Subway postgame show with JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer with full recap of all the early games and highlights coming up on the Subway postgame show.
First and 15 from the 6.
The Jets will do some shifting around, you got to think. Houston back around. The ball is at the 6-yard line. And that's Houston. Into a wall and a loss of a yard. Papinga with first one to get to him. Here's the Jets' remaining schedule. Hosting Buffalo next week, then at Minnesota, at Miami, and ending with a game with the Raiders.
We talked about, hey, what a schedule they got. Now you think about it. Buffalo in a tight game with San Diego, at Minnesota. It's tough to run for any yardage against them. And Miami tough.
That's Houston catching the pass and lost his footing at the 13-yard line. Again, with the Lions leading the Patriots, there's still a lot of time left in that game, 21-13. But if the Patriots and the Jets tighten up here at the end of the day, be down to a game.
3rd and 8 from the 13.
Get back to that in a minute. 3rd down in the meantime for the Jets. 3rd and 8. And finally a timeout called by Pennington. Half a quarter to go at Lambeau.
What can we build for you? Get this Inspiron E1505 with Media Direct. Access your movies, music, and pictures with the touch of a button and view it all on a crisp 15.4-inch widescreen display with true life technology. Dell, purely you.
What is it you want, Barry? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Barry.
I'll take it. This holiday, let her know she's made your life wonderful with a diamond circle necklace from Kay Jewelers. And you can be assured of 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected to match beautifully, and she'll absolutely love it.
Am I talking too much?
Yes. Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Today I will earn rewards points in more ways than ever before. And I will do it while Victor tries to distract me. First, I get points for using my Citibank debit card. Next, I get points for my Citi mortgage. Now my greatest secret, points for using my Citi Premier Pass credit card. Istanbul, please. No madness can stop Citi's many rewarding ways. Victor, pull yourself together. Rewarding. Very, very, very rewarding.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Papa John's Pizza. Order online at papajohns.com. And by GMC. We are professional grade.
The skies have cleared. The flurries have come and gone. And the Jets have led throughout. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Green Bay. 3rd and 8 for the New York Jets from their own 13-yard line. Washington manages 1 yard before he catches up with Brady Papinga. The Packers will get the football back. An Australian punter coming out. Ben Graham. His Jets punt return coverage team has not allowed a return this year of 15 yards. Nothing as long as 15. That's pretty amazing.
Everybody we talk to, we do New York Jet games, they always bring up special teams first, how good they are.
It's Greg Jennings, though. He'd like to challenge that. He waits. Patience. And it's a short return. 51-yard punt, 7-yard return. Mangini used to scout Ben Graham down in Australia when he came out of Wesleyan College, went down to catch up with his brother Kyle down under, and he began coaching football for the Q Colts.
Well, that's where he got the bug. Got down there. What did he tell us last night? He says one thing he had to do when he was coaching that team, he had to bench his brother, and it's his older brother, because it didn't go over real well.
Well, you said that's when that's when you know you're born to be a coach.
Yeah, that's right.
You can sit your brother down. All right, Favre way down the field, looking for Driver. No need to question Mr. Favre's arm strength.
Yeah, and he likes doing it. You know, Jim, it's like a golfer, really. A golfer who can use his driver and hit it a long way. Well, they can't wait to do it. And Brett Favre is kind of the same way when it comes to throwing the football. If it was up to him, you know, they'd make you throw it at least 15 yards every play. So when he gets those opportunities, he's going to try to take advantage of them. See the numbers for both quarterbacks. Chad Pennington, very strong day, and Brett Favre, it's been tough.
2nd down and 10. That's Martin. And wrapped up by Eric Coleman. Here is the lineup tonight on CBS. It all begins with 60 Minutes. The man with the idea that is changing the way millions of Americans are watching movies in their own homes. We'll have that story, followed by new episodes of The Amazing Race, Cold Case, Without a Trace on America's most watched network. First catch of the day for Martin. 3rd down and 5 for the Packers. And they collapse on the quarterback and bring Favre down at the 40-yard line. Brian Thomas and Sean Ellis, the two ends.
Yeah, just nothing for Brett Favre to do on the last play. Coverage down the field, the Jets all over it. Nowhere to throw it. You make a quarterback hold it long enough, well, the pass rush gets to him.
So they share the sack. Thomas with a sack and a half in this game and forcing a fumble. And a new contract for Brian Thomas.
That's right, new 5-year extension this past week.
4th down, and there's an interception. It's Kerry Rhodes. He intercepts one of his boyhood idols. Kerry Rhodes.
Last pass intercepted by
Rhodes. Quite a
Rhodes.
season out there at safety for the New York Jets. We talked about how he was a quarterback. Even went to Louisville to play quarterback and switched after 2 years there. He was very despondent about it when they told him.
Wanted to transfer because he wanted to keep playing quarterback, but his dad said, nope, you hang in there. And it wasn't an easy transition from quarterback to safety. Such a different mindset. But after about 2 years of work, well, I'd say it's worked out pretty good, wouldn't you, Jim?
Oh, absolutely. His dad, Jerome, said, son, stick it out. This may be a good thing, and it has been.
What did we say last night? I said, it's a good thing your father gave you some great advice, didn't he? Fathers know best.
Houston moving the pile to the 42. And a flag is thrown in. Well, Rhodes coming into the game had 3 interceptions, so he's just had his 4th. Last week he had a pick that set up a touchdown. He had quite a game, big game in that win up at Foxborough.
You know, I really believe playing safety, the fact that he played quarterback through high school for a couple years.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 56, striking opponent 15 yards from the end of the run. 1st down.
And Jim, being an ex-quarterback, your safety, it helps because you understand what teams are doing, what the idea is going on in the offense's mind, and you take advantage of that. And also, I'd say to him or to his mother that he looked good yet last night, didn't he? Nice suit.
You love that suit. You told him at least 3 times.
And what did our producer, Lance Barrow, he said to us, it's over, he goes, how'd you think I'd look in that suit? I think you'd look good. It was beautiful blue pinstripe, and it was team all fashion.
All fashion team.
All fashion. That's it.
Might take all AFC too. That's Houston squeezing through there. He may have his 100 yards. Gives him 5 on that carry. And yes, indeed, he's over 100.
The season's it's getting down to the end now. 4 weeks to go after today. The electricity, the tension, the excitement, it will be there now for the New York Jets. It's automatically there. The doldrums of here's another week, it's over because you're thinking about let's keep it going, let's make the playoffs.
Down at 5. Sneaking up. Houston still able to pick up another 4 yards.
And you know, Jim, for the Green Bay Packers, it's all about, all right, let's hang in there 4 more weeks to get better, because that will help us next year. Guys like A.J. Hawk, the offensive line, all the young guys. Mike McCarthy, you know, will be in his second year. That's going to help him tremendously too.
A.J. talking about how Ohio State prepared him even more than he thought it would for the NFL. He said being in Green Bay too is not a whole lot different for me than being in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, college atmosphere up here.
And doesn't even come close. They go inside with Askew for no gain.
Now Green Bay, they know the situation. Scores lopsided, running situation, sellout. And the Jets, they'll go for it on 4th down, because you don't want to kick a field goal. That's not sportsmanlike, so you try to run it, get the 1st down, and end the football game.
Fourth and a yard to go as we draw near the 2-minute warning. Trying to back his way into it, and he's still going to be stopped, I believe, a little bit short. Yes, indeed. Barnett coming up. Manuel as well. Looks like they may call for a measurement.
Yep, it does look just a little short of the 1st down.
Well, you take these 2 coaches again, both of them first-year head coaches, 2 of the 3 youngest in the league, with Mangini being the youngest. And you think about the college football powerhouse programs that you would think would be developing this coaching talent. And there is a man out of Baker University on one side, McCarthy, and Wesleyan College on the other for Mangini.
That is amazing. I think you brought this up. Some of the head coaches, the small schools they come from. The Eastern Illinois coaches, Mike Shanahan.
3 of them.
3 of them in the NFL. Hard to believe.
Sean Payton, Brad Childress. So Favre gets to come out one more time with 2:15 left in the game. And Vilma pushing him back. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Well, the Jets just grabbed this game by the throat in the first half, riding it out now with a 38-10 lead, 2 minutes left.
James Brown in New York with a look at the GMC keys to victory for tonight's matchup.
Denver's rookie quarterback Jay Cutler must protect the ball, while Seattle's Sean Alexander needs to show his MVP form. I'm James Brown, and those are the GMC keys to victory.
With more power, more capability, and the most fuel efficiency, the only way to improve the new Sierra is to back it with one of the best warranties in the business. Introducing the all-new 2007 GMC Sierra. We examined everything, then stood behind it with the GM 100,000-mile warranty. That's professional grade.
The best in German engineering. Braun 360 Complete, the world's first electric shaver with the expertise of Gillette blade technology. For Braun's closest, most comfortable shave ever, it even cleans and renews itself. Braun, precision, control, perfection.
I'm Dallin Hart Jr. Welcome to Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler.
New fits, new comfort, new styles. Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler. New fits, new comfort, new styles.
Why do we love football? Because it gives us the opportunity to show what we can do. Introducing the Canon Digital Rebel XTI. With 10 megapixels and over 70 years of Canon innovation built right in. The Canon Rebel, America's favorite way to shoot America's favorite sport.
We're looking for Audrey West. You know where she is?
I don't know. This is the woman you left the party with. I told you. I don't know. How many fingers am I holding up? 4. If he was this screwed up, I'm not telling what he did to her.
We're back. The Subway postgame show, though, just minutes away. We'll send it back to JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer with all the scores, highlights, recaps. Here, week 13, early action. Favre running, and the third time he's picked up a big chunk of yardage, and he got hit on the head. And there was no flag. Tell you what, he took a vicious whack to the back of the head.
Not only that, when he went to slide.
Oh, from his own player, from Jennings.
I thought when he slid going down, his leg kind of got caught, his left leg, and he was limping a little bit, but he seems to be okay.
That's Herron out of the backfield, stepping out near the first. Of course, that maybe leads you to this thought at 38-10. Why don't you just put Todd Bauman in the game right now instead of exposing Brett Favre this late in the game that you can't win?
Yeah, you know, it's a good question, and I think you're right. Usually I say, look, you start the game, you finish it. It's not college and high school where we substitute, but it's out of hand, and I would take him out.
And you look cold.
Yeah, I am cold. I am definitely not ready for the cold weather yet, but this is a good start. Got me going, that's for sure.
Minute 20 remaining. Completion. And that is another rookie, Chris Francis, with the catch. Rookie out of UTEP. As you look at the AFC East standings, that New England game, Patriots drove it down the field, touchdown, and the 2-point try ties it. So that one, interesting things going there in Foxborough. Herron on the 9 yards. And Tennessee has beaten Indianapolis. How about that? Subway postgame show. You'll see how it finished. And it's a long field goal, folks. A 60-yarder wins it for Baronis. How about that? It's not even the longest field goal to win a game at the end of the year this year. Remember, Matt Bryant had the 62-yarder.
Sure.
For Tampa. The ball knocking that one down. But that means the Colts, and assuming now that the Chargers, who have a 10-point lead over Buffalo, if they go on and win this game, the Colts and the Chargers suddenly have identical records. Although the Colts, if it ended up that way at the end of the year, have the better of it right now because of a better conference record.
Well, Jim, 4 weeks to go.
Full start offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
We say it so many times, just don't try to predict, because just so much goes on. You look at the schedule, you think, well, you can never say anything sure, but we saw Detroit Thanksgiving Day against the Miami Dolphins, going up to New England, Patriots, everything to play for, you figure easy victory for the Patriots. It's just not so. But every week it's proven to us the NFL is tough.
Herron picking up some numbers here at the end of the game. Another catch, another first down, 23 seconds. Packers are going to fall to 4-8 on the year, a third consecutive loss, and the Jets are going to improve to 7-5. And you wonder how many people really out there before the season started even thought they'd be capable of 7 wins on the season, much less through 12 games. That one intended for Martin.
The Jets have definitely been one of the surprises of the NFL. Yes, if you'd have said, okay, if you'd have asked me, 7? Will they win 7 more or less? I'd have went, oh, absolutely less. New coach. Big transition in players, but they have found a core on both sides. The wide receivers, Chad Pennington, 2 new rookie offensive linemen who are playing well. Defense, a lot of good spots on the defense right now, so the immediate future looks good for the Jets.
Last pass was intended for Francis. This one goes to Herron, and that might end it. A timeout called by Green Bay, which the crowd seems to be rather pleased. They want one more. They want one more throw into the end zone. One more Favre touchdown pass.
That could be part of it, Jim, but it could be Mike McCarthy just saying, look, trying to instill in his team that, and it's, you think, well, this couldn't be true, but it is. We don't give up. We'll play it to the end. Kind of makes me think of you today, hanging in here till the end, this cold weather.
Our executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus, Tony Petiti, coordinating producer of the NFL, producer of this game, Lance Barrow, the game directed by Mike Arnold, senior producer, and the producer of the NFL Today, Eric Mann, studio directed by Bob Mattina, coordinating producer of the CBS Sports Department, Harold Bryant. Associate directors, Steve Karasik, Pete Radovich Jr., broadcast associates, our guys, Andy Friedman and Steve Murphy. Our thanks to them. Our technical manager, Pete Calandra. It's Jennings, Latterling, and Morency is dropped to end the game. The Jets.
This field goal be about All right, so the New York Jets improving with that victory over the Green Bay Packers. Let's take you to a game that's in overtime. Kansas City and Cleveland knotted up at 28-all. Cleveland going for the game-winning field goal. Let's join the announcers, Dick Enberg and Randy Cross.
We welcome those of you watching NFL action elsewhere. Dick Enberg, Randy Cross. It's overtime in Cleveland. The underdog Browns rallied with 14 to tie in the fourth. Here's Phil Dawson, 32-yard field goal to win it. Oh my, what an upset, and these fans hungry for victory celebrate a 31-28 win.
Well, it's not quite UCLA upsetting the #2 team in the country last night, but in Cleveland it ain't far off.
After being shut out 30-0 on this home field by Cincinnati a week ago, criticism, some wanted Romeo Crennel to be fired. He got a vote of confidence this week. He told everyone this team is better than their record. They were 3-8 coming in. They have their 4th win and knock off Kansas City in a wild card position. The Chiefs were 7-4. No doubt about it. Dawson drilled it. But what an effort by the backup quarterback Derek Anderson in his 2nd year, his first ever game duty, and he comes up with 2 touchdown drives, 2 touchdown passes in the 4th quarter, and then in overtime positions his team with a run, 33 yards for the victory. The final score in overtime, 31-28 Cleveland. Coming up next, the Subway postgame show. For Randy Cross, Dick Enberg, so long from Cleveland. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.
And now, here's the Geico play of the day. In the first quarter between the Chargers and the Bills, LaDainian Tomlinson scored this 51-yard rushing touchdown, his 25th total touchdown this year. With 4 games remaining in the regular season, Tomlinson is already in 4th place all-time for total touchdowns in a single season. Brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Ode to the Subway Club. This big hunk of deliciousness boasts roast beef, ham, turkey, and other goodness stacked atop freshly baked bread. It'll be a battle royale on your tongue as taste buds tangle over who gets a shot at this masterpiece of meat. And somehow, amazingly, it still clocks in at just 6 grams of fat. Must be magic. The Subway Club. It's a hunger buster. Subway. Eat fresh.
Lost in Morocco and splattered in Spain. A new race tonight after 60 Minutes.
Are our cars as much fun as our bikes? Introducing the new 2007s from Suzuki. It's going to be a great ride. Lease the all-new Suzuki XL7 starting at $289 a month. Hurry in.
I wonder who it's for.
Could be anyone.
My favorite color. What a coincidence.
I did ask for something shiny.
It's that time of year again when you'll find exceptional values on your favorite Lexus vehicles.
Well, I have some things to do inside.
Me too.
See your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
The Subway postgame show is sponsored by Subway. It's what to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
And welcome to the Subway postgame show here in Studio 43 in New York. James Brown along with my guys, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. And what an exciting week 13 thus far this is proving to be. We're going to take you all the way through it. Let's get the guys caught up. Wow, I mean, what a game. Indianapolis and Tennessee. Tennessee, 2 straight dramatic wins, and they come from behind to win this one 20-17 over the Indianapolis Colts.
Unbelievable. Vince Young, 2 weeks in a row, finds a fourth quarter comeback. But here comes Peyton Manning. Early on, it looked like everything was going to be fine for Indianapolis. Here's a touchdown pass, 68 yards. This is Harrison's 100th career TD from Manning, setting the standard for the NFL. Here comes Dominic Rhodes. 2-yard touchdown run. Okay, we're in charge. 14-3, right? No. How about Keith Bullock? Here's the standout linebacker for the Tennessee Titans. He picks off Peyton Manning. Then Vince Young comes back, finds Drew Bennett. This was reviewed. It was held up. It was a touchdown. Back comes Vince Young, but this time he's going to be intercepted by Marlon Jackson in the end zone. Then Vince Young throws it over the middle, and this time he's going to connect with Brandon Jones. For the touchdown, back comes Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's going to look. He's looking down the sideline. Touchdown pass to Marvin Harrison. Actually, it wasn't a touchdown pass, went down, but how about Rob Barojas, the great Dick Enberg would say, oh my!
Yes, indeed.
60-yard field goal to win it for the Tennessee Titans.
First time in NFL history, Boomer, that 2 successful field goals of at least 60 yards in the same season. That one by Rob Barojas, 60-yard game winner for Tennessee, which improves to 5-7. And again, as I mentioned, at the top, 2 dramatic wins. And you know what? You started, I know we look here, we're bringing in our guy, Charlie Casserly, but you started to drive this point home earlier about Mr. Fisher and the job he's done there. Charlie Casserly has some
Joey has
news on
news,
that,
Joey. I hope they signed him. I hope they gave him his contract, please.
I tell you, what you just did, Boomer, was better agility than I ever saw you play when you played. If people could have seen what he did here over here. Anyway, hey, I've learned here that Jeff Fisher is going to be offered a multi-year extension. And I know Jeff Fisher, and I expect Jeff Fisher to sign this. He has told me that he loves working with these young guys in Tennessee. He's excited about it. He likes his young quarterback who's done a terrific job. Good move for Tennessee. Week 1, JB, we talked about this. Best free agent, Jeff Fisher.
Charlie, that was one of the points you made during your segment, of course, Inside the Game. What is it that he's done so well with these young guys to keep them playing so well in a tough season?
Well, I think, first of all, what Jeff Fisher has always done is hire good coaches. He has a terrific staff around him. Some people even left him gone to be head coaches. So that's number one. Number two, he has a great ability to relate to players and motivate players. The next thing is he can find what players can do and put them in a position to be successful. You just look at the game today. He's playing played Indianapolis twice, and Indianapolis once had to come from behind. Today, they couldn't do it. He's held them under 20 points twice. This guy's a terrific football coach.
And as I turn to the guys, again, I go back to what the report that Leslie Visser did on Vince Young earlier. He's playing to the strengths of this rookie quarterback and getting it done. They're 5-2 in the last 7 games.
And the most important thing that a rookie quarterback could have is consistency, and that is from the coaching staff on down. And this is a great move by the Tennessee Titans if, in fact, Jeff Fisher does sign it, which we all expect that he would. And this is great news for Vince Young.
And if you look at it, JB, the one thing that can help a young quarterback is being able to run the football. Travis Henry, Lindell White has done a great job of running the football, allowing Vince Young to get back there and do what he does. And also, once Vince Young gets outside of the pocket, we all know what he can do. And like you said, Dan, they've opened it up, let him have a less reads. If this guy's open, throw it to him. If he's not, you take off and run.
Well, the biggest concern, I would say, Indianapolis, they just ran the ball. Travis Henry ran the ball. They ran it right down the Colts' throat, and that's going to be a problem for them, especially come playoff time, because they can't stop the run, and that means that they can keep Peyton Manning off the field, and there was a couple turnovers by Peyton Manning.
All right, we're going to come back to our guys and get some more thoughts from them in just a second, but after the game, Greg Gumbel and Dan Dierdorf caught up with the winning field goal kicker Rob Baronis, a 60-yard game-winning field goal.
Rob, first of all, congratulations, and I know you must feel it. Kickers don't often get 2 weeks in a row like the 2 weeks you've had.
You know, it's a win's a win, no matter how you get it done, and Vince put it down to me. The Titans defense held them strong. We just came together as a team. The last couple of weeks we've been putting things together, and came out ahead tonight. Sent 2 Manning brothers home.
Yeah, you're tough on the Mannings, Rob. Hey, can you tell us what happened when right before that you come out with Hendrick in a punt formation? It looks like you're going to punt. Take us through that.
I don't know. I thought we were going to kick field goal, and then they let them waste the timeout. Then we brought out a punt team, so they had to get the right personnel out there. Must have been Fisher's plan to get rid of all the timeouts before we kicked that field goal. I told him I had it. He sent me back out there. Good snap, good hold, good blocking, and we put it through.
How much of a breeze was there behind you? The flags at the top of the stadium are coming right behind you. A pretty good tailwind.
Yeah, I need that wind behind me today. It's cold out here, but, you know, it was all at my back. Line it up, put it down the middle, and let the wind take it the rest of the way.
Hey, Rob, I know that every kicker feels like he can make it when he's called upon, but did you feel that was well within your range?
I don't know. We went back to about 53, 54, and I was putting them in pretty good, so we had plenty of leg behind it. Craig Hendricks, my caddy, he told me, he said, you got this, go do it.
Hey, Rob, real quickly, at any level, high school, what's the longest field goal you'd ever made?
You just saw it.
Congratulations, Rob. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So Rob Baronis' 60-yard field goal wins it for Tennessee. They improved to 5-7. The Colts' 7-game win streak against the Titans is over, and their 12-game division win streak is over as well, Boom.
Well, here's the thing now. The Colts fall to 10-2, yet they do not lose home field advantage at this particular juncture. They only have one loss in the AFC. Right now, Buffalo and San Diego are going at it. They're 24-21. San Diego's ahead with 30 seconds left to go. If they go on to win, they'll still be the number 2 seed. Indianapolis still has the number 1 seed in the AFC playoffs. So while this loss does hurt, it's not a killer just yet.
Excitement provided by the underdog is not over yet as we continue to bring you the highlights. There was another underdog that did it. Shannon, tell us about it.
Yeah, if Charlie Fry would get hurt, he would leave the game, come back, but he would leave for good. But here, Braylon Edwards, 23-yard touchdown. They're up 7-0 Cleveland, feeling good. Trent Green's going to go back to pass, and he's going to find Eddie Kennison, 22-yard touchdown, 7-7. We got a ball game, JB, in Cleveland. This is the play that Charlie Fry would be injured on, wouldn't leave the game, as I mentioned, come back, but leave for good. Here, Trent Green play fakes, Tony Gonzalez, 9-yard touchdown.
Great catch.
KC's up 14-7. Trent Green rolls. Chris Wilson, 6-yard touchdown. Now they're up big time. Trent Green, Tony Gonzalez. Nobody's in the picture. Is Cleveland in the stadium? Oh, there they go. When it's too late, he's in the end zone. Party starter play fake. Derek Anderson would come in relief. The basketball player find the gold medalist Steve Hyde, and in overtime, the game winner, Phil Dawson. 31-28 Cleveland. 31-28 Cleveland. 31-28 Cleveland.
And you know what? Cleveland does that coming back from being spanked 30-0 last week by Cincinnati. And Charlie, let me go back to a point that you made earlier in the season, again on Inside the Game. The backup quarterback, Damon Heward, had done a very nice job, but you said that he would be thought of only as a backup. Herman Edwards justified in going with Trent Green?
Well, I think he was justified. I mean, they did not lose the game today because of their offense. They scored 28 points. So I think they made the right decision with Trent Green. If I could take off on Shannon a little bit about Cleveland, you had a couple things here. This week, Phil Savage, the general manager, comes out and backs Romeo Crennel. Says, hey, we need to stay the course. We can't change things here. Now, what's Romeo Crennel do? They come off a devastating loss last week. This is coaching now. When you can gather your team together, get them to come back there and fight and play Kansas City, which is clearly a better team right now, and play that kind of a game. That's why Phil Savage stood up and says, we got to stay the course here.
No question about that. All right, so again, Cleveland comes away victorious in overtime, 31-28. Derek Anderson, 6'6", 230. Outstanding job at quarterback. After the game, he talked with Dick Enberg and Randy Cross.
Who is that Derek Anderson after all? 33-yard run along with 2 touchdown passes. What a debut for you, young man.
Thank you, Dick.
And your thoughts coming in, I mean, you never know when you're going to play. You just have to be ready. Obviously, you've done your homework.
Yeah, we prepare every week and for this opportunity. And, it's a heck of a job. My boys ran the ball real good up front for us, and we made a few plays. And feels great to get a win because we've been slipping here lately.
How important is this Cleveland Browns football team?
Oh, it's great, especially after what we had last week. Right to ship a little bit and finish hard in these last 5 games.
That big run you had towards the end, how many times did you think you might be down?
A couple. That's probably the longest run of my career ever.
Well, you not only got yourself around the corner, but you ran like a fullback when you met resistance.
I'm a big boy. I got to keep the feet when I can.
Well, you're going to find out when you get in the locker room, but that was the longest run by a Cleveland Brown this year.
Well, that's good. Hey, it's a great win for our guys, and I'm happy to go in the locker room and celebrate with my boys.
Any word on Charlie Fry? Any early word on his injury?
No, I haven't heard anything yet.
Well, congratulations. What a great start for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys, and have a good one.
Thanks, Derek.
Take care.
All right, so the Cleveland Browns win at 31-28. Impressive victory. Derek Anderson, 12 of 21, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick in relief. And again, the kid comes in and did a nice job under pressure.
Oh, you got to like that about the kid. Is coming in under pressure. Your back's to the wall. They're coming from behind, and he makes plays to win that game. That's a good sign for him. I'm not sure he's going to be the starting quarterback in the future, but it's a good sign for Cleveland Browns.
And even though Charlie Fry goes out with an injury, here he is. He's 11 of 13 before he gets injured and playing. Like you said, they got shut out last week 30-0. Playing what many thought was the hottest team in the AFC right now. Larry Johnson running the football. Trent Green coming back throwing the football exceptionally well. And they find a way to win the ball game, JB. I'm telling you, they got something to build on in Cleveland.
Well, listen, all right, that's fine. But you know who's really happy right now? The Cincinnati Bengals are really happy right now. The Cleveland Browns did them a big favor because now Cincinnati goes up above Kansas City, even though they have the same record. Remember, way back in week 1, I think Cincinnati beat Kansas City. Also, Cincinnati has a much better conference record than the Kansas City Chiefs. So, consequently, this is a terrible loss for the Kansas City Chiefs, a game in which they needed to win.
And I guess maybe putting a period on this particular team here, you mentioned before that the Browns are trying to find out if Fry is the guy. Dan just said, Anderson may not be the guy, but a good job of coaching again by the Browns.
Right, and having scouted Derek Anderson, I'm not sure Derek Anderson is the guy either. But in talking to the Browns this week about their future quarterback, they felt the last 5 games was critical for Charlie Fry. We got to find out, is he the guy we want to go with, or do we need to look somewhere else? So,
Notre Dame. You can look at Notre Dame. They can find their quarterback right there. If, in fact, they lose the rest of their games, because he might be going to Oakland instead.
All right, just to update you on the San Diego-Buffalo game, let's get you caught up there. 24-21 Chargers. Buffalo scored a touchdown. Dan, in that contest there, take a look here at what took place.
Well, it was right at the end of the game here. They're coming back. J.P. Lossman, he finds Peerless Price. It's a great catch here, getting 2 feet down in the end zone and kick an onside kick. But San Diego gets it. You see the onside kick right here. San Diego recovers that. So a good win for San Diego going across the country. Good win for San Diego going across the country. It's tough going up in cold weather. San Diego's a team that's used to playing in nice weather and good conditions. And to beat the Bills, it was a good win for them.
But you know what you get. I clearly think they're the best team in the AFC because they really have no weakness. They can run the football. They can throw the football. They play very good defense. Their special team, their return game is really good. In Indy, they can't stop the run. If you can't stop the run once you get to the playoffs, I don't care who you got at quarterback. You're not going to win in this league.
And nobody's stopping LaDainian Tomlinson.
No question. It's a special uniform. It's a special uniform right now.
They just call him a player, if you will. 26 overall touchdowns in the season, 2 shy of Sean Alexander's 28 last season. More to come here from Studio 43 on the Subway postgame show after this.
Ode to the fresh toasted chicken and bacon ranch. Just north of ridiculously delicious, you'll find this baby bordering on sublime. This taste explosion begins with chicken so tender, it begs to be hugged with freshly baked bread. Then it's piled sky high with bacon, Monterey cheddar, and a ranch sauce that makes sharing lunch a case for sainthood. The Subway fresh toasted chicken and bacon ranch. That's with 27 M's. Subway, eat fresh.
I know. Every guy's looking to go high def. Our pledge is to help you wow them with the ultimate system.
Like these HD TVs. Take home the latest in high def and give them the ultimate viewing experience. And now get no interest financing until 2010 on all home theater purchases. Now at Best Buy.
Ladies, it's time to show them you got game. Surprise play, the bootleg. Our quarterback Jessica takes a few steps one way, then she makes a quick turn and runs in the other direction with the fullback and running back as her blockers. Now get out there and join the team at herfootball.com.
That's me, Brett Favre. And it's my 9th day with Prilosec OTC. Now, frequent heartburn is no big deal. 0 heartburn for 24 hours with 1 pill a day. So what day are you on?
This hurts more than shopping for auto insurance.
Suck it up, champ. Esurance takes the pain out of it.
What? I need collision coverage now.
With some of the fastest quotes on the web, Esurance makes it easy to save on auto insurance.
That's why thousands of drivers switch to Esurance every week.
Esurance has got you covered in every season.
Quote by
Touchdown! If you're on the go, you've got to have Esurance.
Get your fast, free auto insurance quote. Visit Esurance.com today.
Everyone knew Coop was a great cop.
Got him, Jimmy. Mark my words. I'm gonna last a lot longer in these streets than you.
But what they didn't know.
You are not going to disgrace our family.
You really want to talk about this, Pop?
Got him killed.
Cop's reputation is the only thing he has.
Maybe he was set up.
By his own lieutenant.
How can you do this to me, Coop? To us?
What do you want from me?
Were you involved in his death? Tell me the truth.
A new cold case, CBS tonight.
The Subway postgame show is sponsored by Subway. It's what to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
And welcome back to our New York studios and the Subway postgame show. And a reminder that you can watch the Subway postgame show online at cbssportsline.com. Next Saturday, we'll continue down the road to the Final Four with an NCAA basketball doubleheader. At noon Eastern, the Indiana Hoosiers take on the Kentucky Wildcats. That'll be followed by the top-ranked Bruins of UCLA against the number 9 Texas A&M squad in the Wooden Classic. Then at 5 Eastern, it's the CBS Sports Spectacular Jeep King of the Mountain Skiing and Snowboarding World Championships. That'll be coming your way next week. All right, folks, Chargers and Bills, we'd like to welcome those of you who were watching that contest. San Diego holds on for the victory in that one. Dan.
And here's J.P. Lossman, a little play fake. He rolls out. Sean Merriman puts a little pressure on him, and Quentin Jammer comes up with the interception. That will lead to a field goal. Then LaDainian Tomlinson, oh my, this is his 25th touchdown of the year. That goes for 51 yards. He had 28 rushes, 178 yards on the day. What a player than Phillip Rivers. He drops back here. He was 17 for 29, 160 yards and a touchdown right there to Antonio Gates. And J.P. Lossman, he rolls out. Little swing pass there. It goes to Robert Royal, goes in for a touchdown, gets them to within 10 points. They're excited about the possibilities of coming back. Then another touchdown by Willis McGahee. He goes in for a 2-yarder. Then LaDainian Tomlinson, number 26 of the year. He is on fire. What a year by LaDainian Tomlinson. And at the end of the game, this one right here, we got J.P. Lossman. He drops back. Peerless Price, nice catch, corner of the end zone. Try an onside kick afterwards. You see it right here. San Diego recovers this ball and wins the game.
How about those referees' outfits, huh? They look like they could be NHL referees.
Well, they can stay warm in those pants. So San Diego wins. It improves to 10-2. Marty Schottenheimer, his 11th 10-win season. They get the job done. And again, we talked so much about the talent on that squad, but Marty Schottenheimer certainly has opened it up and going with the talent that he has.
Yeah, I think what he's allowed Cam Cameron to do is just call his game plan. Don't get overly conservative because everybody knows how we talk about Marty ball. But he has the utmost confidence in Phillip Rivers. He's not afraid to throw the football down the field. And when you got LT in the backfield, he's having a special year, JB. So no matter what Marty does, he can't stop the way LT's playing right now. I see 33 touchdowns and them going to get the #1 seed in the AFC. You watch.
I'll tell you what, they're 10-2 right now. Good point, Shannon. And the thing about it is that they are tied with Indianapolis in terms of record. But remember, Indianapolis has a better conference record right now. San Diego 8-2, Indianapolis 7-1. So there's a lot of football yet to be played. Interestingly enough, you know, the game next week that really comes down to a playoff fever game, the Ravens at the Chiefs. And think of that game, the intensity that both of those teams will bring to Arrowhead Stadium next week.
All right, and Sean Merriman back in the fold for the San Diego Chargers as well. All right, folks, updating you on this game here. Giants and the Cowboys. Eli Manning hooking up with Jeremy Shockey. Folks are saying, hey, wait a minute, Amani Toomer's out. Why not go to him more? Well, Shannon looked a little disciplined there as the Giants take the lead early in this one at the Meadowlands, 7-0. We'll keep you updated on that one. Jets at Packers.
I'll tell you what, the first half, the Packers are completely overrun by the Jets right here. Dwayne Robertson's going to be he's going to take down Brett Favre. He's going to fumble. Victor Hobson recovers. Jets at their own 49. Jets quarterback Chad Pennington. He's going to find Jerricho Cotchery. 10-0 Jets at this point, guys. Hey, the total for Chad Pennington, 25 of 35, 2 TDs. How about Cedric?